Look at these other podcasts out here with a point. Doing interviews, trying to educate you, or change the world. No, we don't do that here. Here, we look around, see things, go places, do things, and round up the best so you can forget the rest. Here, we rank 'em up.
Hello and welcome into Rank 'em Up. I am Craig, back with you for another week, another episode. We are on episode 79, and we are very happy that you're here. Thank you for joining us this week. I'm excited about this topic. This is going to be a fun one. This was a suggested topic, and thank you to C-Brand Games on Twitter. Chase, our buddy Chase, for suggesting this topic. This one's going to be fun. It is technologies we want to see before we die. So, yeah, this is going to be, there's going to be some ones coming out of left field. But before we get too far down the road, let's introduce our friends over here. So that would be Don. Don, welcome to the show.
Hello, Craig, and let me say to Chase, thanks for sending your show topic in at Rank 'em Up on Twitter, RANKEMUP. And I saw your trade offer, and I'm taking it under advisement, Chase. Thank you.
Right. A little inside baseball there.
Yeah.
Lilo, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on? And yeah, I'll just say to Chase, hi.
Hi, Chase.
That's all. Hi, Chase.
We all appreciate you. You can be like Chase, too, because Chase is a cool guy.
He's a cool guy.
Don,
Everyone
how can they be
follow him.
cool guys like Chase and suggest topics?
Well, you can be a wild and crazy guy like me and go to Twitter at Rank 'em Up at RANKEMUP. Go to the YouTubes, look at our archive, go to Facebook, like the show page, leave a suggestion there or a comment, and give us a review on the iTunes or any podcasting service. Subscribe on there, and it'll come to your inbox high noon, Thursdays.
Yes,
There
and
you go.
if you're new to the show, what we do here is we take a suggestion like Chase's at C-Brand Games on Twitter. Go follow him. He's a good dude. He likes baseball.
Yes,
he
he
likes
does.
video games. He likes all kinds of cool guy stuff.
And he admits to being a Colorado Rockies fan.
Now he does, yes.
Which is,
We have converted him.
that's you know what?
a
A lot of people don't even do that here in Denver, in
big
Colorado. Yeah.
But what we do is we take cool guys like Chase's lists and we rank things. We make our rankings and we tell you what they are and we argue about them. Don goes off on wild tangents and makes our shows 6 hours long, but it's enjoyable. You tell us it's enjoyable by listening, and we thank you for doing so.
Thank you.
So you can be a cool guy too, like Chase. Send us your topics. Send us your guest coach, co-host, chair guests of the week. And speaking of, episode 80 is coming up next week.
Yeah.
And we're very excited about that because on the 10s, we do the potpourris on the 10s, which is we pick our individual topics instead of one, and we rank the individual things that these guys probably don't know anything about. I'm going to bring them some knowledge, and you got to wait for that. So let's see. What are we going to do here? We're going to rank technologies we want to see before we die. And Lilo, you're our resident techie.
Yes.
And I like to start with you on these things because I feel like I learned some stuff with the technology stuff and you. So please, be our guest and start us off with the number 5 technology you want to see before you die.
Okay, here we go. So, I will say that my list went like super wheels off just because this was like, oh, cool future technologies.
It's very out there, yeah.
Yeah,
you can make it whatever you want. So
Yeah, it's very, very, very out there. We'll say that. So my number 5 is some sign of alien technology. I know that's not like super specific, but like I would love to see it if
like ray guns or
just like
spaceships?
some weird bit of like evidence on Earth of like a spaceship or a UFO that's like not being like Roswelled or covered up or whatever. Just something that says like, oh, yep, we actually have been visited by aliens at this point. Because I mean, in September we're gonna crash a satellite into Saturn, and you know if there are actual aliens on Saturn for whatever reason, they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, what is this?
Like, what is this thing?
I mean, they're going to be some weird life forms because isn't the eye of Saturn a giant like hurricane-like storm that is many Earths can fit into that part of it? Or
That's Jupiter. Jupiter's got
know
the
what?
big red spot.
you went all right. You know what? I was wrong.
Let's not
I
argue
was
space
wrong.
with Lilo anymore, I guess.
Yeah.
I do not argue space with Lilo. That's the thing I do.
We know our limitations.
I don't argue space with my son either. My son will outspace me any day, and he's 6.
I'm gonna pull my head out of your. Never mind.
Hang on.
It's not a planet anymore, okay? Or is it a planet
No, it
now?
is.
I'm not
Neptune.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pluto
Oh,
is the
that's
one.
8.
Yeah.
Pluto's not the planet anymore.
You are.
Now it's back in
Noose.
back in the planet game, isn't it?
It's like listed now as
like a dwarf planet
It's a
or
dwarf
something,
planet,
right.
yeah. So it's like up there with. So technically speaking, I guess the solar system has like 13 planets.
Oh man.
That's like it's
Oh,
13
this
quote unquote planets. There's like 8 formal planets, and then the rest are dwarf planets or planet juniors
If
essentially.
you're in like 4th grade and you have to make a diorama, how many planets do you have to use?
I think they only expect you to make 8.
Oh, okay.
8?
Well, that's
Oh,
good.
man.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I can do that.
That's alien to me.
Right? I see what you did there.
Wasn't there like Wasn't there like a
I had a little
acronym?
Sugar. I had a little sugar before the show, just so you know.
Wasn't there like an acronym or a saying that you can remember all of the planet by their first letters or something?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I'm sure
but,
there is.
Yeah, I'm way.
I don't know what it is though.
I'm too old for that.
Yeah, I can't remember those things.
Yeah.
I'll remember what it is, and then I won't remember what it stands for.
Right, exactly. Exactly. So, yeah.
Like LED lights.
I know Mercury
Right.
is
It
first.
stands for something.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense because it's Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, and the V after the M. That's hard.
Yeah, it kind of messes everything
All
up.
right, there's your tangent number 1. Thank you.
Mavems.
All right, I'll go with my number
After
5.
Mars,
All right.
hold on. After Mars, I don't know what's next after Mars. I'm just letting you know, everybody know that right now.
The asteroid belt.
Is that the Milky Way? Okay, go ahead, Craig.
Okay,
Sorry.
let's
We
keep-
got-
All right.
ooh. I'm not going to snicker at that.
And that's where I will lose at Jeff Foxworthy. Jeff Foxworthy, like I'll trust whatever the little kid says, and then I'll be out of the game.
The kid says it with conviction. You're like, yeah, I
Right,
got
yeah,
this.
that's it. That's the real answer.
Totally. All right, my number 5. Many of you may not know, but I may have spoken about it once or twice. I don't feel like you listen to these episodes and write down our entire histories, so I can repeat some of the same stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not good at doing the blood test thing. I'm not good at. I'm a pass out guy. I pass out. I don't know why.
I'm glad you never cut yourself
It just
at work.
I pass out, and it never used to be that way. I was fine, but in my last 10 years on this earth, it happened once. My sunglasses were on the floor. Lady was trying to wake me up. I'm like, "What happened?" She's like, "Oh, you passed out." I'm like, "That never happens." Well, it happens every time now. So
Oh, gosh.
Don't let your sons listen to this podcast, Craig.
I don't know what it is. I'm a pass out guy now, and I never thought I'd be one of those.
If you want to mess with Dad, just show him some blood.
No, it's not even that. It's just if it's the needle, I don't really know.
Oh.
I don't know what it is. But my number 5 technology I want to see before I die is non-invasive blood tests. I want you to be able to like scan my arm and be able to tell what is inside there.
I was reading, so when you're diabetic, you have to poke yourself a couple times a day.
I wouldn't be cool with that.
and draw blood, and it's on your fingers, and that hurts, man. Just put and like right on your fingers too. So apparently, Apple's trying to integrate some type of technology that is on your iWatch, and it can lightly break the skin. They're trying to make a laser that can lightly break the skin and do your blood sugar. So I'm sure it would help for the blood test, like you're saying.
I want like a full scale, like I want to scan. I want to get your cell phone and just be able to look at your arm and say, "Hey, send this to my doctor. Am I gonna die in the next 10 minutes? Do I need to go to the ER?"
It's
And
like Star Trek, man.
I want,
Yeah, no
I want
kidding.
this technology to happen because I don't want to get poked anymore. I don't want to be passed out guy. I want to scan my arm.
Yeah, but then you're going to leave all the phlebotomists out of jobs.
Yeah, what are those people going to
Phlebotomists.
do?
Yeah, that's true.
They still need people in the hospital, though.
I mean, you
That's
still
true.
gotta. If you actually are sick and you have to go to the ER, they're gonna give you an IV, and you need those people.
That's true.
We need those people for that.
Okay.
The IV putter inners.
I'm
I
with
just
that.
wanted
I'm
to
with
say
that.
phlebotomist.
It's true. The
It's a solid
Flobots.
word.
It
It's a
is.
solid word.
Do you think Flobots are phlebotomists?
I would hope so.
Because that'd be cool.
I would really hope so.
In their previous lives, they just
Yeah.
got a band together of all the phlebotomists at the hospital. We're like, hey, we should make some music. What are we gonna be called? The
The
Flobots.
Flobots. Done.
Yeah.
I can rap. I can ride my bike with no handlebars.
Yeah.
I would listen to that music just because that's a cool band name.
Well, they're from
Well,
the
they are from
303
Colorado.
also.
Well, there you go.
They rise together.
Well, there you are.
Yes. All right,
Was that a song joke that I didn't get?
well,
Sure was.
Don, I don't expect that you've known every single thing that I've ever done in my podcasting or show career. However, there was one show that was quite successful. It was very good, and it was the most downloaded show in the local sports team podcasting era.
Really?
And that was the theme song for that, was Rise Together. So
That's cool, man.
you may have heard that song, you just don't know it.
Yeah. All
All right, you're number 5.
All right, my number 5, technology I want to see before I die. I realize we have good electric cars, but we don't have the electric car. Like when the iPhone started, people wanted the iPhone. It was more of a luxury item. Now it's pretty much taken over the world, unless you're an Android guy like Lilo, and you can use it. You know, and I have respect for the Android guy. You like what you like, but it basically...
Some people like the Betamax, you know? What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
I mean, the Laserdisc guy, if you're still a Laserdisc guy, you know what?
More power to you.
They're rewritable. You get your Laserdisc. Anyway, I don't think it can hold as much information as the Blu-ray, but you know what?
It's a gigantic glowing disc.
You love your Laserdisc. Anyway, we haven't seen that, and Tesla is kind of there. They're almost there, I would say. And they have sold many of their product, but it's not as widely available as the iPhone is or was at its inception. But when you get to that technology that, you know, is just affordable enough, and they're not there at Tesla or other battery-powered maker cars, I would like to see just the better version, the definitive version of the electric car that we can build upon that will take over and, you know, get rid of the gas industry.
Like grand scale.
Yeah, that people, you know, can use, and now iPhone is taking over the world. Except for, and even in China, they have a market share, so there's that. I want to get to that point before I die.
All right.
I'll feel better about the world that I left.
That's fair.
Thank you.
All right. I'm good with that.
Yeah, I got nothing to add to that.
All right, you're number 4 there, Lilo.
All right, my number 4. So my number 4, I think this would just be really cool. And growing up as kind of like an anime nerd and a robot nerd, I just think this would be awesome. But like some kind of an exosuit or a battle armor, I think would be amazing.
Like Master Chief kind of style?
Kind of like Master Chief, maybe like,
Metroid or
Metro. Oh, Metro would be sweet. But even like, what is it, Robotech or
RoboCop?
So
come with me if you're in a way.
So like a Titanfall where you're in the mech, that's different than the Exo.
I would be okay with having a mech.
Mechs would be cool.
Because
they would.
I didn't think about mechs until now.
Like, I'm not a car guy, but I would be a mech guy.
I would be totally a mech guy.
I'm not walking anywhere.
Right. I'm taking my mech and it is flying me to my store at the mall.
Like Xenoblade Chronicles. Excuse me. I'm sorry, Lilo, but I have to say this. In Xenoblade Chronicles X, you put in like 75 to 100 hours before you get to the part where you earn a mech. Where you can actually, and one of the reasons why they did that was because they want you to have the feel of what it is like to walk the grand scale of this map in the game. They want you to appreciate it and like earn this mech like it's your 16th birthday, like you get in a car.
That's
you know?
awesome.
Like they want you to have the feeling of the grand scope of this thing before they let you just fly around willy nilly. And oh man. I got to like 100 hours. I got the mech, and then I'm like, this game isn't as interesting anymore. I can fly all over the place.
That's awesome. No, I would think like a mech would be cooler because I think that the technology would go closer to mech than it would to like fully articulate battle armor, like individual use battle armor. Because I think we could go big before we go small.
Yeah, because they have like a very limited range, and the veterans, the Wounded Warriors, they have like these things where you kind of see them and they're like, this Wounded Warrior is paralyzed, they can walk again, and it's kind of like big mech kind of thing, which is cool. But I see exactly what you're saying. They have that kind of, but not in a widely accepted cheap technology for the regular guy.
Battle armor seems more of like military.
It does.
Where mech could be everyday household. Like,
right, like
hey, I'm gonna go get the
transport.
Groceries and I can't carry 800 bags. I'm taking the mech.
Boom. Yeah.
Yes. I would love to see all of those scenarios play out in my lifetime.
I'm in full scale for that one.
Yes.
Thank you for that. All right, my number 4 is not as fun. However, it will solve the world's problems. And in hindsight, I probably should have had this higher. But in my priorities, solving the world's problems are number 4. So, all right. So that says something about me. I would like in my lifetime to see the technology to be quick, easy, cost-effective, grand-scale desalinization.
Oh,
because
that'd be cool.
Then we just solve the water crisis.
Right.
For all the people in all the places like the Africa and the Iraq with the maps, the people that don't have maps, they would. I mean, we're always hearing all these charities about we're digging a well in this remote village in Africa to get clean water.
Get clean water.
There's no clean water here. There's no clean water. There's not enough. We got to dam up the river so that we don't have enough water. Well, we just solved that. Quick, easy, full-scale, cost-effective desalinization.
I'm going to paraphrase somebody, and I don't remember who. It could have been George Carlin. Don't quote me on that. We don't have a water problem. We have a salt problem.
This is exactly right.
Yep.
There you go.
Agreed.
And, yeah, I mean, once we solved the desalinization, then we'd have to transport the water, which is another problem in itself.
Well,
but
we have the oil pipeline, so you know what?
maybe we
we're
could
gonna have
switch it
that
to the water pipeline.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We would have mechs, so we could just build giant
that'd be-
buckets.
It'd be way.
This is utopia here, man.
Let's
not go crazy.
That's a great idea. Although I feel like mechs would be way easier to build the water pipelines. Just saying.
That's also very true.
Yeah. All right, so that's my number 4. Solve the world's problems with quick, easy, grand scale, cost-effective desalinization.
All right.
Nice.
I know we're trying to go fast, but I got Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Milky Way, Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus, Pluto. What am I missing?
I'm just going to say,
Neptune. Ah,
also, I'm going to say the asteroid belt is not our galaxy.
Yes.
I didn't want to have to
Yes.
correct you on this.
I'm not saying I'm a genius at
Hey.
astrology.
I'm not going to snicker at you putting Milky Way as our asteroid belt.
Okay.
Milky
I
Way
could
is the
eat a Milky Way.
expanse of our galaxy.
Yeah.
We are in the
We
Milky
are in
Way
the Milky
galaxy.
Way.
What is the asteroid belt called?
It's
Is
called
it,
the asteroid belt.
Yeah, the asteroid belt is literally just
Just space junk.
it's a ring of
Yeah.
rocks
So
between
Nep-
Mars and Jupiter.
Is Neptune after Jupiter? Oh wait, is it?
Uh,
So I know I got the first 4 right. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. Is it Jupiter next? What is next?
and then Jupiter.
You say Jupiter weird. Say it again.
Jupiter?
Jupiter.
Jupiter?
Jupiter. Yep.
Jupiter.
That's my speech impediment coming out. I'm sorry.
It's just interesting. I've
Where
never
is
heard of that.
Neptune? Neptune is before
Neptune
Uranus.
comes after Saturn, but
Okay.
before Uranus.
The science
So
people
I
call
got
it
Jupiter
Uranus.
in the wrong place.
Yes. Uranus.
Uranus has a funky axis. It's
how do
like
you-
way tilted, by the way. It
Yes.
spins. It spins like funky. It's
It
cool.
spins
Wait,
really
how do you
weird.
spell Jupiter?
Jupiter.
Jupiter.
Yep,
Jupiter.
Jupiter.
All right. Jupiter.
There you go.
All right.
'Cause science.
Saturn, Neptune, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto.
And then Pluto.
Yeah.
Off on its lonesome.
All right. See, we figured this out. That only took 20 minutes.
There
We
you
can do
go.
this. We took a team of 3. All right.
Three scientists here.
Oh, yes.
I mean, I kind of was, but not in that field. So whatever. Doesn't matter.
All right. My number 4. I feel like there's been many attempts at this, and they've sold big, but it turned out it was a good idea and poor execution of this idea. But I feel like, with I was watching a show on the HBO, and they talked about the proliferation of our fast food restaurants in Saudi Arabia, and people love them some KFC, man. I don't like everywhere that these people like in Saudi Arabia. I don't really like. Although they have a Shake Shack, and that, like I've said before, probably episode 40, episode 50. I would go to St. Louis Airport just to get one. Although they are bringing a Shake Shack in Denver, it will be in the River North area, also known as the bad side of the railroad tracks. As in, I wouldn't go there because that's too far north of Lodo to go.
To be
Just saying.
fair, Don won't go. He thinks every area of Denver not his own is scary.
No.
To be fair.
Craig, we don't want people to move here. All right. Did we talk about this? We've talked about this before.
I mean, it's terrible. Gang violence, drugs,
Man.
marijuana everywhere.
Everything.
Don't come here.
Bars on every corner.
It's horrible. But a Shake Shack is coming to Denver this summer. But the thing I would want is to have an actual weight loss pill, because I feel like some of our capitalist society's problems are proliferating the world. And I know I just said that. It's encroaching on the world. Mexico used to have the title. Well, first of all, United States used to have the title of the most obese country as a person who is obese. I'm just saying. Then, excuse me, Mexico took it. But now Saudi Arabia is coming right up. They're bringing up the rear.
Yeah.
But they're coming up fast on Mexico. So, just saying, the weight loss pill, if that could actually happen.
That's the magic bullet, right?
Yeah, that is just without exercising and, playing our 8 hours of Mario Kart a day. I think a weight loss pill, an actual weight loss pill. But see, nothing the weight loss pill could do is substitute for hard work and actually making your body healthier. Which is weird, because I know the answer to my situation. Yes, here I am.
The more you know.
And by the way, whoever invents that, they're going to be more rich than the OxyContin guy. There you go.
There you go. Nice.
All right, Lilo, you're up. You're number 3.
Okay. My number 3, technology I want to see in my lifetime.
Take the pain away, Lilo.
Yes. So let's bring this on back. So I want to see. So if anyone has ever seen Iron Man or the Avengers, there's this really amazing computer that Tony Stark has where he literally grabs junk out of the air and just kind of throws it all over the place. And there's laser beams and holograms. The Jarvis computer. I want the Jarvis computer sometime before I die, because I think that would just be awesome. I would love to just be all right. Let's go ahead and take a look at this stuff and walk into my computer room and then just start grabbing things out of the air and throwing images all over the place. And
like they have in the Matrix too.
Yeah, right.
They did have that in the Matrix.
Yeah, they totally had that in the Matrix, where everyone would jack in and it would be completely tangible and interactive. This one you wouldn't have to stab your medulla oblongata with a needle of some kind, but you could manipulate stuff in midair, and I think that would just be really, really freaking cool.
I'm down for that too.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, my number, what are we on, 3?
3.
So I tried to make this list the non-stereotypical answer thing that you would make.
Oh, man. Mine is way stereotypical.
But, I wanted it to be, the desalinization. That's going to help. That's going to fix the world. This one, though, I think it's going to be on everybody's list. And everybody that would make a list that would send it to us at Rank 'em Up on Twitter probably would be on their list, too. And that's okay, because it's really awesome, and it would be the coolest if it actually happened. If you could actually teleport somewhere.
Oh, it'd be so great.
Beam me up. Let's go. Where do I need to go? Just shoot me there.
I would love that.
Because who likes traffic? No, there's too many people here in Denver, as we just spoke about.
Yeah.
There are way too many people here.
Even
the rent is high. The cost of living is
too
high.
Darn high.
Yes.
The food prices are high. You can't go to a bar without seeing a million hipsters.
Traffic
There's no
is insane.
parking spaces at the grocery store. There's too many people here. If we could teleport, oh my gosh.
I've read articles, and I don't know, it wasn't Stephen Hawking, but it was a guy like him, not as smart as him, of course. And they said the problem with that is, yes, you can disarrange or take apart all of your atoms, but how are you going to get it to be put back together?
Yeah,
and what human are you going to put in there that's going to test it?
Yeah, there's no way to test that.
Yes. Exactly.
I mean, how do you feel about testing on animals? Yeah, whatever. But they're not as super intelligent as we are.
Yeah, I mean,
if you don't put them back together, is the bunny still not going to hop?
let's start with a shrimp.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah.
We throw away a lot of shrimp.
Right.
Let's start
Shrimp
with
is
the
a
most
throwaway creature.
Let's start with the thing that we first mapped the genome of, and then we have a complete map of the tsetse fly. Let's
Yeah,
start
of
with
course.
that.
Let's do that.
We knew that
I
20
would be
years
cool
ago.
with that.
30 years ago, we had the
Yeah.
genome for that. Let's start with that thing.
Have you heard of these high-speed tubes?
We're getting close with the tube rails. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's only one direction. I feel
know.
like that's a waste of space. And how fast are you really going? Just say whatever.
Well, I want teleportation. I mean,
I fully support that.
there's got to be some kind of, you can't teleport into a bank safe and teleport out. There's got to be some, FAA of teleportation once that happens.
I'm cool with that.
There's all
cool with
kinds
that.
of regulation around
Yeah.
beaming your molecules all over the
You
planet.
can't teleport out of jail, It's like you got to
There's
get
no teleportation in jail.
we got to
Right.
make
That's the thing.
we got to make like magneto cells for everybody,
Right.
But
That won't be expensive.
logistics aside, I want teleportation. All right, that's my number 3.
My number 3, and this is very cliche. I just want to cure many diseases. Because it's really hard, man, like to care for a child that is ill or a parent that is ill. And I'm not saying I want everybody to live forever, but maybe, ALS. It takes people way too early. And it basically makes your body break down. And you know what? Maybe we can cure that one. I'm not saying every disease. Maybe some, like most cancers are all cancers. I don't know. I'm not trying to just single out specific diseases, but there's some horrible ones like Alzheimer's. I hear they're using stem cells to regrow ear hair, so it actually makes you hear better.
Ear hair?
Yeah,
Fascinating.
something to do with that. They've been doing tests on that. So, I don't know. Just saying, like I would like some diseases cured, at least more, because the chronic diseases when you're young, it takes away too early of a family, or if you're caring for a sick child or something, there's going to be a lot of stress on your life. That life is already stressful enough. Maybe we can take away a little bit of it. Just saying.
I'm not making a joke here, just so you guys know. This is a serious question. If you have alopecia where you don't grow hair, is your hearing not as good?
We need to get an ear, nose, and throat guy.
Yeah,
on.
no kidding. Because
I've never heard of this, that your ear hair helps in the hearing. So I don't know.
It was a new study I saw today because I was actually writing news this morning for the morning show. So I was like, that's a fascinating thing. I didn't know that. So,
Well, we're gonna have to follow up on that, or somebody at home who are way smarter than us.
Yes.
You guys probably should let us know at Rank 'em Up on Twitter.
Please let us know.
All right, Lilo, your number 2. Technologies we want to see before we die. Thank you to @CBrand Games on Twitter. Chase for sending this topic to us. You can be like Chase and send one to us. Also, go to @RankEmUp on Twitter to do that. And Lilo, your number 2.
Speaking of communications, my number 2 thing actually kind of goes in tandem with my number 3 thing, which is the Jarvis computer. Mm-hmm. But my number 2 thing would be holographic communications. So this would be where you have like a fully 3D articulated image of someone that you're talking to. So it'd be like the next evolution of video calling, where you're not like having to hold your phone in front of your face, but you could like put your phone on the table and have like a fully like a holographic image pop up on your phone.
Help us, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Exactly.
that.
That's
You're our only
exactly where I was going
or
for.
like bringing Tupac back and like having him do a concert,
Right.
just playing the songs over.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we have. Well, okay.
Tupac.
Tupac Shakur. Japan has Hatsune Miku, which is literally a computer program that is programmed to sing. But they have like full-on holographic concerts that people pay money to go to and are just like completely insane over this. What is known as a quote-unquote Vocaloid. But I seriously think we could have like a holographic thing on phones,
Like
where
you want it to, or your watch where you
if
beam
they
it
had-
to the wall.
yeah,
or
exactly.
something.
Just have it like pop up on your wrist. Wife is standing there. We need groceries. Got it, wife. Okay, beep. Done.
Yeah. You're breaking up. I can't.
Right.
Here you go.
Wave your hand in front. I can't see you. You're okay. Bye.
I would have a concert of Adele in my house every night.
See, that would be awesome. I would love to have that technology, like just in fully consumable ways. I would love that.
Have a holographic James Blunt concert. And he can sing, "I'm so hollow, baby, I'm so hollow."
Yes. Just have that on repeat. People walk in like, really? This again?
Oh yes.
So there you go. Number 2, holographic communications.
All right. Well, my number 2 is something that is completely first world, but I really want it to happen because I feel like we're a tethered society to our cell phones. And what do our cell phones need? Our cell phones need power, and we are tethered to the outlet by the power cable. And at night, what do? You sleep with your phone plugged in by your bed, right?
Yep.
You inevitably rip that cord out and it knocks everything off your nightstand. You forget to plug it in sometime. In the morning, your phone is dead and you have 800 missed calls from your mom the night before and somebody's in jail. And
Wow.
No,
what happened?
I'm just saying that it could happen.
That's never happened to you, Lilo?
No.
I'm surprised. I mean, it's not an everyday occurrence for me, but
No, but the one time you don't charge your phone and you're not tethered to it, it's going to happen.
And then the only phone number you remember is your work phone number, and you have to get to whoever's working to go on Facebook and say, "Hey, man,
call my boss.
Write this guy a Facebook message so he can come get me out of jail."
Call my boss while you're at it.
Yeah.
Tell him I'm not going to be there. I'm just saying that could happen.
Yeah.
All right.
It's hypothetical.
It doesn't have to happen if this thing existed. If you could plug in your wall at home and all your devices in the proximity of your home, like the Wi-Fi signal in your house, would charge your devices.
Ooh,
Proximity,
cool.
A proximity charger, regardless of a manufacturer, regardless of what it is, your tablet, your iPhone, your any device that requires a rechargeable battery. If you could have a proximity charger that, maybe you had to put a password in so that not everybody can, suck off sap your electricity. But you got a proximity charger like your wireless router, and everything charges and just stays charged when you're in the house.
I like that.
That way you not have to be tethered to everything.
I like that idea too.
And I'm sure I just gave somebody $1 million idea. Just throw me a little, 75% of that. That's all
Right, that's all. That's all we're asking.
Do the hard work. Let me have one first off,
Right.
and then I'll take 80%.
There you go.
There we go. That
right.
sounds like a fair deal.
That's it. The proximity charger.
All right, my number 2, and this has already been mentioned, but I feel like it's a big enough problem that, it's not really here in Colorado. And for the record, I live in South Denver, and I get to be on the basically probably a couple miles away from John Elway, but I'm saying where John Elway lives, I drink the same public water as him. So, it's going to be a higher level because a lot of rich people live by John Elway.
Because he's John Elway.
Yeah, he's John Elway.
That's right.
I'm just saying.
He's number 7.
I don't go to his house and peek over his walls or anything. People do that. And I don't do that. There is a guard. No, I'm just joking.
His name is Richard.
I'm just joking.
He changes clothes at 7 p.m. every day.
Actually went to high school with a girl that's parents lives there too. So, whatever. It's whatever. That's John Elway's house. Oh, cool, man. John Elway's house.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I know he used to cruise
like I
around
was
his
saying,
Dodge Viper around there. It was cool.
Dodge Viper.
Seriously.
He used to have one of those and cruised all around there, man.
Yeah, he did.
Dodge Viper.
Those are dope.
You want to have this argument right now, Craig? Or
No.
You really like the Dodge Viper?
I love the Dodge Viper.
You too, Lilo?
The old ones are cool. There used to be a TV show that gave me the heebie-jeebies with the
Man,
Dodge
the Dodge
Viper.
Viper was the coolest.
That's pretty cool.
I can't. I'm not a car guy, but I can't. No. Okay. So is that I do drink the same water as him because
I'm just saying, you wanted your name to be Cobra, but you're not down for the Dodge Viper.
No,
That's like a
first of
perfect
all,
fit,
Yeah,
man.
seriously.
Why you guys letting secrets out? Okay,
I'm
no
just
more
saying, you know what? Secrets don't make friends.
That's true.
loose lips sink ships, Craig.
Snitches get stitches.
Like I said, I drink the same water as John Elway, and that comes from Lake Dillon, from the Rocky Mountains. Coors, the banquet beer, and all that.
They use tap water, but it's from Lake Dillon.
It's from the same place. Coors and me get the same water. If I just put some wheat in my water, I think I'll be okay. Anyway, and that would be large scale water purification, or having a salt problem, and because you know what, I don't want to give my water away to California, Arizona. I don't want to do that.
They
Can't
can have
my
their
water.
own, yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't taste as good over there. And I know some people that are not from this. They're not from this culture, and all they drink is bottled water because their water tastes so bad. I'm like, my water is delicious.
Yes.
I buy bottled water when that person comes over to my house because I know that him and his family don't like to drink tap water. Although I will drink straight out of the tap and say, this is my favorite water ever.
It's refreshing.
Yeah, it's so good. And I was in the Army, man. As long as it doesn't taste like iodine or chlorine, I'm good. But we do get delicious. And I feel bad for the Inglewood people because they get crap water. Like the Inglewood plant is not as good. The Denver one that's on Hampton and I-25, which nobody knows where that is, it's a really good one. It's right next to Cherry Hills and right next to my high school. And really, we had the best drinking fountain water in the city. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that right now. But I love delicious water from the tap, and I just want to share that with everybody else because I feel bad for the people that poop in the river and then they drink the water from the river, and you don't got the clarification.
Yeah.
Although they have those life straw things. Have you seen those where you can drink water straight?
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
No, that seems very, very risky.
I'm not down with that because when does it go bad?
The cross-contamination is very high when you do that.
Which end did I go from?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And for you people out there, I will give you tips in upcoming episodes about camping and outdoorsman-y things. Make sure you get your water from a flowing source, not a standing pool of water or flowing pool of water, flowing source of water, because it's much better. Less likely contaminants and all that jazz. But yes, I would like to have everybody have a fresh and not have to worry about turning your tap on and what's coming out of it, especially with the Flint, Michigan thing. I would like people's water situation to be better. Thank you.
All right.
It's very nice of you.
Thanks, Chase. You're helping us solve the world's problems here at Seabrand Games. All right,
Yes.
Lilo, it is time for your honorable mentions already.
Yeah.
And your number one.
So, I didn't actually have any honorable mentions. I couldn't think of anything that would be bottom 5 of this list. So,
All right.
no honorable mentions here.
Okay.
But my number one thing that I want to see in my lifetime, sometime before I die, is a flying car.
Yes.
I mean, who doesn't, right?
I want a legitimate flying car to make an appearance before I die. And it needs to be exactly what I dreamed it would be. You just hop in, you could drive around for a little bit, and if you're like, traffic sucks, just hit a button and take off.
So you got mechs and flying cars.
Yes, I live in a future world.
What if it's a mech that turns into a flying car?
Like a transformer.
It's a transformer.
Even
That's what
better.
I'm saying.
Even freaky. Because that would also solve the alien technology one. Because then you have alien tech, mechs, flying cars, and I'm sure they would bring the holographic communications because they're freaking aliens. Transformers. That's my whole list.
Megatron. Megatron, where did you park the car? All right, I'm down with that. I like it.
I like your list, Lilo.
Yeah, thank you very much. So yeah, flying cars, please.
I look forward to Chase's list.
Recap your list there, Lilo. I can't remember everything you had there. What's your recap it for me?
Alien technology was number 5. Number 4, exosuits, battle armor, robotics, or mechs. Number 3 was the Jarvis computer, where I could just grab stuff and interface with it in midair. Number 2 was holographic communications. So help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. And number 1, flying cars.
All right, sounds good. All right, my honorable mentions, I have one, and it's rather trivial, rather not going to help anybody in this world, but it's going to be really cool if we could go to the zoo, or we could, even if, I guess it could help people, the veterinarians, if they had an animal translator.
Yes. First of all,
That would be awesome.
That would help a lot of people.
I would buy that.
I would. I mean, who wouldn't buy that if it was like an Alexa? Like,
know-
hey, what the heck did my dog say?
Do you know anybody that has a beagle?
A beagle? No.
Yeah.
I don't
All they
know.
do is bark all day long. They're hound dogs.
I have a
right?
Chihuahua, so
Yeah.
I know that life.
Yeah, they just bark all day long, and it's like, what do you want, beagle? What do you want?
What is it that you want?
Just
do you want,
tell me.
beagle?
Yes.
That would be, you know what? They would probably be a more popular breed. Although, hear them talking all day would make it annoying. But
Yeah. Like,
is
hey,
it as
hey,
annoying as
hey,
just barking?
Hey, hey, food. Hungry.
Squirrel.
That's true.
Squirrel.
You should be able to like mute it. Not on always. But going to the safari and you see an elephant or something.
Yeah.
Like, hey, what does that thing say?
Well, like somebody's got to sound like Eeyore, right? Like,
Yeah.
They got to have different like
That'd be
settings
awesome.
for voice.
Like the hyenas? Who wouldn't want to know what a hyena just said?
Right?
If you see a hyena, you need to run away or like be inside of it because those things will mess you
I
up.
know,
man.
but I want to know what it said first. If it's
Those things will
going to
be angry. Like, what's the safari guys called? Like, what are those guys called?
Safari guys?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
The guy that I don't know. What those guys will be like angry. Like,
Oh, these
gotta
guys.
hear the giraffes again. Oh,
Yeah.
the wildebeest.
I want an
They're
animal
annoying.
translator. Yeah. I just want an animal translator. I think it'd be cool.
What do you think rabbits do? Whatever.
What do they think about? Yeah.
Not Cadbury cream eggs.
That's all I can think of.
They're like, hey, what's up? That's what they're saying.
How you doing?
We could
What
learn
else?
some like pickup moves from rabbits for sure.
It's been about 10 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so
don't
animal
need that.
translator. There's many implications for animal translator. It'll be fun.
That's good. That was your honorable mention, right?
Yeah, it was my honorable mention.
Yeah. Okay.
But my number one is even cooler, for me at least. Because I feel like we're past time as a species for this. It's like, we've come this far. We've invented things. We went to space. We know the planets in order.
Yes, we do.
Yet every night we do the same dang thing that we've been doing ever since we were made. Why do we have to sleep at night? Why?
Oh,
Why do we have to sleep at night? Why can't we have a sleep simulator that gives us all the beneficial effects of sleep, but maybe not have to do it for 8 hours? Maybe get it all in a half an hour in a sleep simulator, because sleep sucks. We need more time to do stuff like play video games or talk to our animals through our translators.
Yes.
Sleep sucks.
Fly in my flying car.
It just like we have to plug ourselves back in, We have to recharge over the night. Why do we have to do that anymore? We should be past this.
I love this idea.
We need a sleep simulator that will, the body obviously needs some regenerative time, some rest to be able to do things. Why can't we just microwave that, pack it in to a half an hour, 45 minutes, where, even at work, we could get a full night's, the equivalent of a full night's rest at work.
At lunch.
And just chill and then come back and be like, hey, I'm ready to have a another whole day productive work.
Maybe I won't fall asleep during the most boring show ever. Anyway.
Not hard.
Not this show. Not this show. I'm not saying what show it is, but there's a show that the lady brings me coffee every day because she sees me nodding off, and I'm like, oh.
Wow.
I just feel like
You gotta be more irritating than that.
I feel like we're past time as a species that we shouldn't have to do that anymore.
Would you rather have the animal translator or the sleep simulator?
100% the sleep simulator.
Sleep simulator.
You know what? Especially for me, because as a dad, and I've said this many times, my only free time is at night when the kids go to sleep. So if I want to have any kind of cool free time or long periods of free time, I'm giving up sleep. I'm going to bed at 2 a.m. to try and to do my hobbies.
You should send them on a vacation somewhere. Send them to the junk.
Maybe.
Whatever.
But
Free time.
Let
your
that's a
brother-in-law deal
sacrifice
with them.
I'm willing to make sometimes, because if I'm trying to beat a shrine in Zelda and it takes all night. Well, hey, you know what? It takes all night.
Funny when
I'm
Chris.
going to be sleepy the next day, but whatever. But if I had a sleep simulator,
All your problems would be solved.
I could do it, man.
I'm pretty sure there was an X-Files where like these Vietnam guys, they did something to their brain where they couldn't sleep. And then it was like 30 years later, and Fox Mulder and Scully's like, and the guy's like, I haven't slept in 30 years. Can't like close his eyes really. And
Wow.
anyway, that was a good X-Files. I'll say that was a good X-Files.
All right, well, there's my number one. Sleep simulator.
Nice.
I'll recap my list here real quick. Number 5 was non-invasive blood tests. I want you to scan me. Tell me what's wrong.
I feel like that's closer. That's close to being reality.
Well, it needs to be. Number 4 was quick, easy, grand scale, cost-effective desalinization. Number 3, teleportation. Number 2, a proximity charger for all your devices in your household. And number 1, your sleep simulator. All right, Don, you're up.
All right, I'll do some honorable mentions and I'll recap. I would like to see flying cars. That's an honorable mention. Lilo, there you go. And I asked you guys about this last time, but we've done fusion, right? We haven't done fission. We've done fusion, correct?
fission is not possible.
All right, well.
I mean,
I want to see fission at some point in our life. Thank you.
all right.
Stricken.
I crossed that one out. All right.
All right.
I would like to see solar power widely used because we get a lot of energy from the sun. You know, it causes burns on us if we get too much of it. We should be able to harness this power better, more efficient. I think we could do that, and then we could stop using natural resources and use the biggest natural resource that is the sun that creates life and gives us life. So my number 5 was high-range electric cars. Number 4, weight loss pill. Number 3, let's cure some diseases. And number 2, large-scale water purification. So my number 1, and I also heard they're kind of close to this, but not really, is the recreatable organs. Because when you get an organ from another person, you have to be on... Is it antibiotics or is it's like
anti-rejection?
Yeah, so
anti-rejection meds.
Because it's not yours, it's not made from your DNA. Your body wants to reject it if you didn't take these pills for the rest of your life.
The antibodies are fighting like a foreign, like an alien substance.
Right.
So we have these 3D printers, and there is 3D like body matter printers, but they haven't cracked that code. And if they have, it's way too expensive for mainstream. But like recreatable organs. I bet you number 1 will be kidneys and pancreas because pancreatic cancer kills you very fast, and kidneys, when you get diabetes, it's really hard on your kidneys and your pancreas basically stops working. So, and the alcoholic people, with their livers and such, but recreatable organs. Maybe we could help people with heart disease and whatever. And maybe this is extending life, indefinitely, but I'm not trying to say that because. Part of life is being with your friends, and when they all die, you hear old people like, "Oh, I miss my friends." Anyway, recreatable organs, cure diseases, and help you, extend your life. There's that. Recreatable organs, number 1.
I'm down with that. I like that.
That's a good one.
Print me up a new heart and let's go.
Yeah,
Right.
All right. So this show, and Don's list was pretty good. Lilo's was awesome. Don's actually was really good.
Don's was really good.
We got Chase's list here. He sent us in his. So, are you guys ready for his?
Let's do this.
sure.
All right. So, Chase has actually given us a whole explanation of what he likes here, too. So, I'm down with that. Sorry. So, his number 5 is, and I have not read these, so I'm reading these the first time on the air. Hopefully,
Awesome.
there's no
Nice.
curses here. All right, safe heating / airstrips that you place on ceiling fan blades to fan down heat or air conditioning rather than having outside units to condition the whole house from the outside that run up the electric bill. Simply charge your strips, stick them to your fan blades, select heat / air from a remote or a phone via Bluetooth, turn on the fan, and enjoy instantly.
See, the problem with that is that heat rises.
Right.
It can't heat your house. Now, you can make the fan go in a downward kind of spin, but I feel like the lower you are under it's got to be an 8-foot ceiling, or it can't be a 14-foot ceiling.
Well, that's not all, Don, because they can even come in decorative finishes.
Heyo.
That can match your existing furniture.
Yes.
And your existing fixture. Manufacturers can even bundle the strips with maxing fixtures. Everyone wins here.
All right.
That's a very good business plan.
Just have
Chase.
It sounds like he's ready to go to market with this.
Yeah, no doubt.
Have your dresser be a heater. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
That's good.
I'm down with
Ooh, change your clothes into some heated clothes during the winter.
I actually love that
that.
idea.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so here's number 4. You guys ready to move on?
Yes.
See.
Would be a super pill that makes you full for the day and gives you all the needed nutrition based on your height, weight, age, activity level, and whatever other aspects in order to obtain and maintain optimal health. But since he says, since I like to eat, I would also accept one super meal rather than a little pill. I could also just diet and exercise, but that beats the point of technology. I want to see before I die.
I even exercise, man. Dang.
I mean, who wants that?
I like eating too much, so I would have to do the whole super meal thing.
Yeah, I think so too. Because a pill wouldn't leave you satisfied. You'd be
It's
like,
true.
I need to chomp on something.
Yeah, your brain would start freaking out because you're losing the whole tangible feeling
you have
of
to chew on packing peanuts.
Is
the
it
rest of the day.
masticating.
Back
Right.
to the Future 2, where they throw some pills in the microwave and then it turns out to be really big.
Oh yeah,
I
that
don't
was
remember
like a
that.
I
pizza
think it
or
was
something.
that one.
Yeah.
I think it was Back to the Future too.
Yeah, that would be similar.
All right, and Don, his number 3 is after your own heart here. Mm-hmm. Working artificial organs.
Yeah.
Heyo.
You see what I did there? After your heart.
Nice. That's a...
All right.
Thanks, Craig.
He says
Wow.
that could be a touchy subject because of the whole idea of, quote, immortality.
Yeah.
But it would be a cool technology to help the sick that need it. Yeah, we discussed that a little bit. Where's the end game, you know?
Yeah.
If we can reproduce many times your heart,
Right.
you know, and all the rest of your organs, when does it stop?
Right. Or when do you stop being a person and becoming a machine?
All right.
Yeah.
All right, number 2 for
When
Chase.
Skynet takes over.
Exactly.
at C-Brand Games. I'm enjoying this. Thank you, Chase, for sending in your
This is a good
your
one,
whole
Chase.
thing.
Nice job.
VR/AR/Google Glass technology
Yes.
and contact lenses.
Oh.
Connect your lenses to your phone via Bluetooth and be able to access your Siri or Google Assistant and bring up results right in front of you. I feel like that is your computer too. It's kind of like the same.
It's kind of the same deal.
Like
I like it.
Ready Player One. Like I want to do that with a war game, except I don't want to like feel the pain that much. Like maybe a little shock,
Right.
but like
a little prick.
I
Right,
want a
just-
gun like you know, just kind of immerse yourself in it and have the explosions, and people would be, you know, they'd be addicted to that, and you never see the light of day. Rachel, I would be single.
Right.
I like this idea of this Google Glass VR technology. However, because it is so hipster for this thing, I really want to make it. I want to make it a monocle, so that hipster guys have to wear a monocle and say, "Look at me! I got my Google monocle."
I got my Google Glass monocle.
Yeah.
Look
Be
at
careful
me.
what you wish for.
Right. Give it enough time.
And then you could just point and laugh at these
Hold
people.
on, hold on.
Because, all right, everybody wears glasses, right? It's no
Yes.
distinctiveness to glasses.
Yes.
Everybody's got contacts. If you see, you see a guy with a monocle, you know that guy's wearing the Google Glass. And
That's
you're like,
true.
hey, he could be taking my picture. Because
Right.
there's nobody else wearing a monocle.
Okay, that's a good
Right.
point. I was just saying, only one person uses beard balm here, and only one person uses a fountain pen.
This
here.
is true. However, I'm not saying
would that
I
one
wouldn't use the
person-
monocle. I'm not saying I wouldn't.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying for the safety of others, it might be good to have a distinctive thing as the Google Glass, so other people know that you could be recording at the same time.
Right. Very true. Good point.
You know the guys who wear the breakaway glasses and they fall down into two pieces like around their
yeah.
shoulders,
Yeah.
like that. Because we'd have to change the dress code for a monocle because you're not wearing like a 4-piece suit with tails.
I mean,
If you have a monocle and a pocket watch,
if you're a kind of guy that's going to wear the Google Glass, you're wearing a bow tie, first of all. So
I see where you're going with this.
So the monocle is
And
just
I don't know if I appreciate it anymore.
The monocle is just the next step. I'm just saying.
I can't stop.
Oh, man.
All right, let's look at some honorable
All
mentions
right.
here.
All right, guy who's had a handlebar mustache before.
Yes, I have. Honorable mentions. Oh, this one's great. An accept trade offer button on Don's fantasy baseball interface.
Oh, geez.
It seems to be missing.
I wish. I need a trusted friend to help me with the trade machine
Oh my
because
gosh.
see, I got a lot of not time on my hands since I'm playing Mario Kart.
Shots
Oh, man.
And,
fired.
you know what? That's fair. I can't get mad at that. That's fair.
Jeez. Okay, hold on.
Craig, I never seen Craig laugh that hard.
I know. Craig's dying over there.
Oh, that was awesome.
Last week, Craig sent me. He started sending me trades every minute.
I sent
and
the
then
same.
rejecting them.
I sent the trade. I would cancel it. I sent it. I would cancel. I sent it like 15 times.
Yes, and I was like, I don't even know what the trade is, so you know what? I'm not going to accept it.
Another honorable mention for him is teleportation. He says it's not realistic, so it's only an honorable mention on this list. Another one, interactive courts / playgrounds. He said, I've seen a test video, but I want this tech everywhere. It's an outdoor court that lets you adjust it electronically, meet the layout of different courts via LEDs built into the court
Yeah.
itself.
Dude,
It can
that'd
be
be
made to look
sweet.
like a basketball court, a tennis court, a kid's playground featuring hopscotch, dodgeball, etc. And it's all charged with integrated solar panels.
Is it that China basketball
Yeah, like
league
the-
or
the-
Taiwan?
yeah,
It was either China or Taiwan, but if the guy was behind the 3-point line the entire space between the 3-point lines would light up.
Right.
And if he made it,
what?
It would, like,
there would be like stars coming out and
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh,
It was
that's
awesome.
amazing.
And they
Yeah.
put the score on the scoreboard
Yeah.
and move it all around. Yeah, there is. I think that's exactly the same video he was talking about. But there was like an actual league played on that court.
Yeah, so I'm like, they
Like
could do that in the
Chinese
NBA if
league,
they
yeah.
wanted to.
They really could.
Yeah.
It would be cool too.
Oh, heck yeah, man. Like that would erase the 3-point line like replay, right?
There would be no instant replay. Yeah. It would be cool.
At least for that, but they still have the out of bounds and the foul stuff
Like
situation.
some of the arenas, well, actually most of them now have like that 3D look. You know how they first had it?
Yeah,
during,
they put it on the
during
they
the
put it on the-
Olympics.
Yeah,
where
they put
like,
it in the ice too for the hockey
Yeah,
team.
so it's like you can
Yeah.
do all this cool stuff, graphics when the game's not played.
Yeah.
Do it while it's played. What the LED graphics? It's like a video game anyway. Who cares?
Yeah.
It's true. That.
But by the way,
awesome.
the Rockets shot 43s last night, so
Yeah, they're NBA
it's
Jam.
basically that.
All right, so here's number one.
By the way, rest in peace, Danae.
he still is the best. All right, number one.
Best of what? Best of capturing Craig's heart.
That happened. Maybe need to 3D print me a new one.
Do I have to walk out of this show too?
You might have to. All right, here's number one for Chase at C-Brand Games. Thank you for suggesting this topic. You can be like Chase and be cool too. Send us to us at Rank 'em Up. His number one is real-time 360-degree VR seating at sporting events. Just buy a VR ticket, plug into a computer, phone, or tablet at home, and experience the game right in front of you as if you were there.
I would want to see. The problem is, like with our, we're used to the TV angles like that.
Right.
So you have to have that angle. Unless it was the NBA, I don't want to sit up close. I want to courtside because you hear all the trash talk.
Yeah.
Although if they did that, they would probably try to crack down on the expletives used.
Yeah, but the cool thing about that is everybody could sit courtside.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, like everybody could sit right behind the dugout in baseball just from your own home.
Well, out of necessity, this year the Los Angeles Superchargers are going to be playing in the Home Depot Arena, which seats less than 30,000, about half the size of a regular NFL stadium. So it's actually a test market kind of thing where like they're going to have all premium seats. They're not going to have like nosebleeds.
Right. Like when
it's going to be different. It's going to be different.
When the Rockies built Coors Field, they put 50,000 seats in it, which was huge at the time. You know, and lots of stadiums after that did the same thing, and then they never filled them.
Yeah.
And so the newer stadiums have like 30,000, 20 to 30,000 seats.
Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati is one of those. That's really good.
Right. And the people, they fill it. It looks great. The seats are more in demand. They make more money. And so now these other big ballparks have to be retrofitted to add other features to the park, like the rooftop at the Colorado Rockies Stadium.
Yeah, they got their
Field.
real... And it was funny because they had the Cubs game and they took a picture from right field, and it pointed right at the real bar, and everybody in that section is not sitting in the section. They're all at the bar, and I'm like...
Yeah.
The game is on.
No, they're drinking.
Yes. Come on, man.
But I like the VR thing at home, except if
That's a good
you
idea.
have to buy like a nosebleed seat VR, and like why would I make my vision even worse by sitting at home?
the beer's cheaper.
Right.
Say that.
That's true.
Yes.
All right, so thank you to Chase. This has been fun. The accept trade offer button, it got me.
Whatever.
It got me right in the artificial kidney. And thank you for Chase. How can people be like Chase and send those in, Don?
Well, if you would like to directly insult me, I mean, you can always do that on Twitter at DonPablo303. But if you want to talk to Rank 'em Up, leave us a show idea, interact with us, tell us your top 5 technology you want to see before you die, or whatever. And I mean, if you like chocolate and peanut butter, it's really funny because Craig, we have a coworker that gives candy out a lot, and he usually gives us like Heath bars or Reese's, and those are Craig's like not least favorite. Well, Reese's
they
are.
are. They are. And I don't like toffee either. So
What? So Craig just throws them to me, and I'm like, I'll take that immediately. My favorite, Heath bar Reese's. So thank you, coworker.
yes,
And I know that guy doesn't listen to the show, or else he wouldn't do that. So
maybe hand out some Skittles next time.
go to the YouTube show page, subscribe to that. Like the Facebook show page. You can interact with us there too. And most importantly, go to your favorite podcast subscription service, subscribe to the show, and tell a friend. Get them in on a top 5 ranking conversation. If you guys have an argument with them that you want to rank something, tell it to us, and we'll get in on that. And then it'll be a big, happy family. And thanks,
right.
Craig.
Well, thank you. And thank you to Chase at C-Brand Games on Twitter. Go follow him. But for Don, for Lilo, I am Craig, and this is Rank 'em Up.